back in the woods, back at Minister Creek. Oh, it is a beautiful, hot, sunny day. It's the end of July. It's always difficult to pick a backpacking spot. Do I go somewhere I've been before? Do I go somewhere new? Thought about going somewhere new, but the weather kind of drove me to this area, and I'm glad it did. The Alleghenies in Pennsylvania seems to have just the right weather, most ideal weather for this week. And honestly, I'm looking forward to hiking somewhere familiar. I think it will be comforting, kind of like coming home. Minister Creek is not a particularly long backpacking route, but I'm going to try to spend 2 nights here anyway. Probably base camp at the Triforks camping area and do a little bit of exploring or day hiking, weather permitting. I'm only about a 10-minute hike from the start of the trail, and already the noise of civilization has completely dissipated and surrounded by lush greenery. Wonderful. Hi. You're kind of standing right where I was headed. I don't mean to be rude. I think a bug got up its nose. Oh no. Darn bugs. Well, now that that's over, oh goodness. There's more. Excuse you. This deer. I wonder if she got like stung on the nose or what. I'm really upset about the nose situation. I'm over here now. There you go. Well, I made it to Triforks. Watched a deer sneeze. That was crazy. And I think I found a spot to hang the hammock. It's been a while since we've been here, and honestly, I cannot really remember what it was like. If there were going to be enough trees to hang from, or if it was more open. And there's tons of trees, so lots of options. Found an area that I think I'll be able to set up kind of facing the creek, which will be nice. Got my hammock all set up with a great view of the creek. I had to rig a stick here to hold up the front because there wasn't really anywhere else to put it. I think it's still low enough that if it rains, I'll have a good pitch and the rain won't get in unless it's like really, really windy. So the next thing I'm going to do is set up the second tarp, and there's a spot over here kind of right next to my hammock. Set up the rest of the corners, and I think I'll have a good spot to hang out and relax in the rain. Camp is pretty much set up. I was able to scrounge up a little bit of firewood, so if I do decide to have a fire tonight, I've got wood for that. I have some water filtering. I'm thirsty. Camping is hard work, but I guess that's why I love it. Feels good to be tired. The afternoon heat left me feeling dehydrated, so once I was done setting up camp, it felt good to relax with fresh cold water from the creek. I sat by the water, writing in my journal, and enjoying the peaceful environment for a while before preparing for the evening. Time to enjoy some teriyaki chicken. I listen to the creek. I'm not the only camper here tonight. I can't see or hear my fellow campers, but I know they're there. It gives me peace of mind and hopefully will help me sleep. I'll be the last one the bears can get to. And hopefully they'll be full by then. Excited to treat myself to a little dessert while I wait for sun to get just a little lower. I'm having cardamom tea, some dried pineapple, and a honey almond butter. Dried pineapple is still one of my favorites. Tea's almost done. I sit here for a few more minutes and then I think the sun's starting to go down, so it's definitely getting chillier while I'm sitting here. It'll be time for a fire soon. Once I had my fire burning well on its own, I crossed a dry creek bed behind my camp to hang my food bag. I wanted to get it done before the evening light faded and day turned to night. Just got finished hanging my bear hang. Hopefully you could hear that. I have no idea what it was. Mountain lions? If it's coyotes, they sound crazy. Do coyotes sound like that? A little freaky. Good morning. I think it's, I honestly don't know what time it is, 8:30. Had a nice night in the hammock. It has not started raining yet, but looks like it probably will by 10. The Zoleo gives weather in 6-hour increments, so like at 4 a.m. it shows 0% chance of rain, and then at 10 a.m., which is the next time, it shows 68% chance of rain. So I feel like it's probably increasing incrementally by the minute. Get some breakfast going while it's not rainy. If it does start to rain, I have my tarp set up behind me so I can go there. I'm doing my usual oatmeal in a bag and some instant coffee pre-mixed with creamer and Splenda. This oatmeal that I brought is from a recent canoe trip that Travis and I did, and we planned to be working really hard, so it has a ton of protein in it. Got some protein powder and peanut butter powder. I think it makes it a little goofier, but let that sit and soak for a little bit. One of my favorite things about this base camp style of backpacking is the slow mornings. So it's nice to be able to sit here and relax and enjoy the creek. And not have to scramble to get everything packed up and get my hike on. Ooh, that's spooky. Hopefully the rain holds out a little longer and I can continue to enjoy the peace. It's about 9:30 and the skies are definitely looking a little grayer. Kind of feel like the rain is on its way. Trying to decide if I'm crazy for going on a day hike. But I was reviewing the weather on the Zolio and we're expected to get about half an inch of rain over the course of the next 12 hours. So I feel like that shouldn't be too intense of a rain. Hopefully it can still be enjoyable. And worst case, I do have dry clothes here at camp that I can change into. And still feel like it'll be a good experience to get out and hike, even if it is a little wet. So I'm strapping on my shoes. I got my snacks packed up. When I go for a day hike, I take a small pack. It does have my first aid kit, some snacks, a headlamp, water, my pee funnel. Can't go anywhere without that. And then I'll be carrying my knife and my bear spray as well, plus the Zolio, always, and my phone for GPS. Hopefully the rain holds off, or at least is kind and gentle to me. Last but not least, putting my raincoat in. We'll definitely be glad to have that. Alright, all packed up and ready for adventure. Getting a little dark. There were a few sprinkles when I was leaving camp, but they stopped pretty quickly. And now I'm about a half a mile into my hike, and it's looking kind of gloomy out. Gives it a little bit of an eerie feel. Oh, I'm walking through this field of ferns. Anytime I see those, I wish Travis was with me because he loves ferns. The way they sound in the breeze and the way they flow almost like water. This is such a neat area. There's so many large boulders. Some of them, like this one up behind me, you can't really see through the woods. They're bigger than houses. They're just massive. And I guess the theory is that they got pushed here by glaciers tens, if not hundreds of thousands of years ago. Came along with the ice and kind of just got dropped wherever. And so they look very out of place and forlorn along the hillside as you're hiking. Covered in ferns and moss and trees. It's really neat. Can't help but stop here in this field of ferns. Grab a sip of my water. Oh. It is so humid. Oh my gosh. Haven't even hiked very far, but I'm already getting so sweaty just from the humidity. Heard a few possible thunder rumblings. It's hard to tell because it might be very distant trucks. Not that far from a road at this point. Brakes over. Back to it. Just after 11 and still only been just a couple very light sprinkles of rain, more so that I hear it in the treetops, not really feel it. And the wind is going in the treetops. It's actually picked up a bit and it feels nice. It's helping dry me off and cool me down. I'm headed back towards camp on the North Country Trail. It's been a nice, peaceful hike. It has allowed me to do some walking meditation. I'm a little bit on edge because of the weather. This type of weather always makes me a little more bear conscious. Haven't seen any sign of bear here, just coyotes, but every once in a while I call out, just staying aware of my surroundings. Definitely hearing the rain a little bit more now. Still not really coming down below the trees. The tree cover here is keeping me dry, which is nice. Don't have to worry about putting on my raincoat just yet, I think. I'll see how the rain is when I get back to Tri-Fork. I might not continue on and hike some more, but if it stays like this, I probably will. Low chance of getting particularly wet. I'm back at Tri-Fork. The rain is still just an intermittent sprinkle, so I think I'm gonna have a snack and then carry on. Might as well enjoy the day while I can. Seems like a pretty good place. This is one of the first campsites right by the bridge at Tri Fork. Not really ideal for camping, but a good place to sit. Guess it's time to head out for North Country Trail Part 2. See how far this weather lets me go. There's some sun poking through. These clouds are trying to break up a little bit. Amazing. I'm glad I decided to keep hiking. Look at this. I'm in the sun. Huh. Glad the weather turned out so nice today. Oh shoot. That isn't just the most magical spot to stop and take a water break. Can I get up here? Oh, it's a little higher than I thought it would be. Awesome. Ah, so glad I came on this trail. Oh, it has been so enjoyable. So fun. And I am just beside myself that the sun is out. What a surprise. Definitely wasn't expecting sun this afternoon. Not sure how much further I have to go on this trail. I think it was maybe like 1.25 miles to the intersection. There's an offshoot trail that's about 1 mile long, maybe just over 1 mile long, that dead ends on the map. And it kind of looks like it goes along a ridge. And I'm curious if it has some kind of lookout or viewpoint that would make it worth that 2 miles. Kind of curious. So we'll see. I might do that. See how I feel when I get there. See what the weather's doing. So far, I'm just enjoying the hike I'm on. Trying not to anticipate what's next too much. I am sweaty. Sun's out and the humidity's still really high. Every once in a while there's a breeze though, and that's pretty nice. All right, I am at the crossroads. I can either go down this trail behind me. Yes, there is a trail back in there. Or I can turn around. Or I could keep going. I'm kind of curious what this trail behind me has. They wouldn't just do a trail to nothing, right? It's not even 1 o'clock yet. That will add an extra 2 miles, so I'll have like 3 miles to go. Even if I hike a mile an hour, it's still more than enough time. I think I'm gonna do it. This trail seems like maybe an old road of some kind. It's really interesting. I did see a random pipe in the woods on my hike up here. And of course, as we know, most wilderness areas were once used for logging or drilling or attempts at farming or industry of some kind and failed, and so they said, heck with it, make it a forest. So that could be the case here. This area of the land is definitely built up to be how it is. Not sure, doesn't really look like it's maintained, so not sure if I'll be able to go to the end as described on the map, but I'm having a good time. Might as well see what I see. I'm about halfway down the trail and I came to this little meadow. It's very overgrown and the trail pretty much stops here as far as a worn path goes. I'm pretty sure the old road continues back here somewhere, back there. But it's going to be kind of walking through really tall, unmanaged grass. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I don't want to get a tick. And the grass is wet from what little sprinkling of rain we did get, so it's going to get me kind of wet. And I feel like this meadow is prize enough for the little walk. I cannot believe the sun is amazing. So far from what I expected. Oh, that's why they say worry doubles suffering. Worrying about bad weather, and then the weather turns out great. I had nothing to worry about. Oh. Alright, I did have to tromp through some overgrown ferns to get in here. Just a little bit. Oh, cute little walk though. Back at the junction. Oh, can't believe I almost didn't go backpacking because I was worried about the rain. I would have missed all this. Oh man. Silly. My feet were starting to get sore. So, figured I should take a break before I make any decisions about what to do next. Sometimes you just need a few minutes to feel 1,000 times better, and you want to keep going. So we'll see if that's the case. I know the path back is going to be pretty easy because it was pretty much flat or a slight incline the whole way. So it'll be flat or a slight decline the whole way back. This trail looks like it's starting out pretty flat. The one I just did, flat. I think I'll probably rest my feet a little bit longer and then hike on a little bit more. Enjoy this beautiful day. Hiked a little bit further, and as you can see behind me, the trail starts to go back down here, which means when I turn around, it's going to be going up. I think I'll skip it. Leave it for another day. I think I'd rather take the easy, flat slash downhill route home. Still really sunny, but all of a sudden it started raining. And not just a little rain. I guess it is technically overcast. Did not see that coming. Bad boy is big enough for me and my pack. It's a small pack, but still, it's nice that I can fit everything in it. I'm curious how long this rain will last. It's not super heavy, but of course it started right as I was coming into a more open area. Really would like to not have to wear this raincoat because it's hot. It's not very breathable. And it's already so humid out. I'm already so sweaty. Made it back to camp. Looks like the rain was short-lived. Back to blue skies. I just got another weather update, and now it looks like it's not actually going to rain until tomorrow, possibly mid-morning. So I guess maybe whatever rain was supposed to come today is now pushed back till tomorrow. I think I'm going to take this tarp down tonight so that I don't have to worry about packing away 2 wet tarps if it does start raining overnight. Just as long as it doesn't rain while I'm at camp, I can keep myself dry in the hammock, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to need it for eating or relaxing today. So no sense in keeping it up. I'm glad I had it since it was looking like it was going to rain. But it'll just be one more thing to pack down in the morning. And if it does start raining before I get up, then I'll have 2 wet tarps for no reason. I think I'm going to relax a little bit first. I need to sit down, get off my feet. Sounds good to me. Between the bugs flying in my eyes and the lack of firewood, I think tonight is going to be a good night to go to the hammock early and read a book. Might have a tea after dinner. Try and relax. Hopefully, as it gets a little darker, the flies will be less active. Then the mosquitoes come out. Alright, so this calls for 1 cup of boiling water. This home-style chicken and rice I've had before. Has mushrooms and carrots. It's really good. Creamy sauce. As I was walking around getting firewood, I was feeling a little frustrated and kind of like, should I just pack up and leave tonight? I can get to the car before dark, but then I have a 3.5-hour drive home. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated, but I think my plan now to just eat, do what I want, relax, and then just go into the hammock early. I think that's fine. I don't have to stay out of the hammock until dark. I can go in earlier than that and relax. Alright. Water is boiling. Let's stir that up. As usual, it says 10 minutes. Better if you leave it for 20. While I was walking around killing time, wouldn't you know, it started raining. It's funny, Travis and I joke that if the Zolio says 0% chance of rain, it's probably gonna rain. Looks like that's holding true because it was not supposed to rain tonight. Luckily, it was just a little sun shower. It's good. Ooh, so good. That is super creamy sauce. I don't know how they do it. So creamy. I'm gonna sit here and stuff my face. Enjoy this little stream. Probably have tea and some kind of dessert after. Let's see. Don't judge me. It is currently 6:30 and I am in my hammock. Maybe not for the night, but definitely for a little bit. The flies were getting really obnoxious and I was just getting frustrated. I quickly devoured my dinner and I thought about having dessert. And as I reached for the food bag, a cloud of flies flew up that had landed on it. And I was just like, ugh, forget it. So annoyed. So I packed everything away. So yeah, I just decided to call it a night. I brushed my teeth and hung my food bag. Just got everything put away and ready for the night. I don't know if I'm going to stay in my hammock for the rest of the night. But even though it's 6:30, it suddenly got really dark and that kind of makes me feel like maybe it's going to rain. I feel like I get this feeling a lot when I'm backpacking that I question why I'm out here and I feel like I'm not enjoying myself and I'm homesick and I want to be home with Travis. Even when I get frustrated, I really do love being out here. And it really is such a good emotional reset for me. Even though I get emotional when I'm out here. I get frustrated, and then I get frustrated with myself for being frustrated. It's just like this whole crazy cycle. So I decided to let myself off the hook tonight. And maybe I can't go home, but it doesn't mean I have to sit out by the creek trying to enjoy myself while being annoyed by bugs. I can come into my hammock, read my book, and relax in a different way. And that's just as valid, and I'm going to be just as happy. Probably happier because I won't be annoyed by bugs. Okay. 6:30. I'm going to read and just relax. I already feel so much better just coming in here. I'm glad I did this. And that sounds like it's actually rain. So much for my 0% chance. Good morning. 6:30. So I've spent 12 hours in the rain. Rain most of the night, on and off. I'm going to try to get up, get my morning started, get packed up, and head on out. I really don't know what the weather's going to be like today. I feel like the Zolio has let me down too many times for me to trust it. So, we'll just have to see what happens. Getting up's always the hardest part. My cherry's dry. Brekkie time. Saw a newt on my way to recover my food bag. They love this weather. While I waited for my water to filter, I started getting some stuff packed up around camp. Just a couple things so far. I'm going to enjoy some breakfast and then work on getting the rest of camp packed up. Looks like the sun is trying to peek out. Definitely cloudy, but nice and bright. That's the thing about the rain, is it always really makes the green so vibrant. When it's wet, it just glistens and glows. So it really makes for some pretty scenery. It's a happy forest. Definitely improved spirits today. I feel like not even the rain can get me down. It's so pretty out. I'm gonna enjoy a nice hike. I think it should be a good day. All right. Everything's packed up. It's gonna be a good morning, good hike. I'm excited. Pack's a little heavy. Tarp was soaking wet. Can't remember the exact mileage on the way out, but I think it's similar to the way in. Somewhere between 3.5 miles. Hi, campsite. See you again. As I walked along the trail, I reflected on last night's difficulties. Today, with the cool air and bright skies, I was sad to be ending my trip, and those feelings of being homesick were a distant memory. Wow, it is so humid, but it is beautiful. Everything is just glistening with the raindrops. Sun is peeking through every once in a while. Really enjoying it. I made it to the lookout and it is as awesome as I remember. Look at that. Beautiful view of the hills. What an incredible reward. I think I'm gonna sit here and have a snack. Love it. You know what I have to do. Woo! From the lows of homesickness to the literal highs of a stunning viewpoint, this familiar hike still managed to both challenge and astound me. Solo hiking can be physically and mentally difficult, but it is an experience I continue to crave. As I finish this hike, I'm already looking forward to the next one.